Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. Well, it is Wednesday. It is a beautiful morning here in Portugal. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Portugal. I hope there is a beautiful morning also in the United States, and yeah, wherever you see me, wherever you're watching me. Um, yeah, Wednesday we had the day after CPI. So after CPI, there's always the PPI, and at 8:30 we had the release of that news driver. Then we had some industrial production news at 9:15, and now we are heading into the opening. It's about 4 minutes, but let's get straight into my bias and let's see what I can eventually expect from today's price action. So looking into it, this was yesterday's job here on MES, and yeah, CPI just went to all-time highs. It took out the buy side liquidity in the previous week's high, and then we started to drop, and was a drop only session and drop only day on ES. During Asia we traded below this NWAG that was supporting price for some time already, and then we started to range a bit as soon as London just opened. We kind of manipulated to the downside. Event Horizon held the price here, and since then we are just grinding higher, which gives me the feeling that we will have an expansion higher here during this New York AM session. We have some highs here and just full of stops that will probably, these ones right here, they will probably be punished during the today's session. And yeah, that's my main bias. I think that we just explored this sell side of the curve, and now we are heading into the buy side of the curve. So I will probably look for longs. I have to keep in mind that these OTE levels that are here, these are for not bearish leg that can eventually happen if price really holds here and cannot progress to the upside. I can eventually look out for shorts that would give us a continuation lower to previous week's low, and eventually these lows here on the hourly that you can see that are relative equal lows here, and eventually all this liquidity down here. But that would be my plan B. My plan A is to look for longs and yeah, eventually respect the AMD that's happening here. So accumulation, manipulation, and distribution here to the upside. We have some points of interest here. The 15-minute fair value gap here, the bearish one. We have another one here that's untapped, and we have this NWAG here on the upside and the event horizon. So these are the main resistance that price has on its way to the upside. So we have to keep in mind that these four elements can eventually drag price to the downside, reaching lower, and eventually give us a change in our bias. But so far, looking at the ES, it seems like it just wants to go higher and complete the buy side of the curve. So what I would like to see right at the open is somehow of a manipulation to the downside, giving us a purge of pre-open sell side liquidity, and then eventually price progress a little bit higher, trying to reach for those targets here on the upside. So I will take out these because it makes my chart a bit messy. I will have to keep in mind these levels as well. But yeah, that's the main idea for today's action. Looking for longs, and see if we can eventually interact with the market on the bullish side. If price really continues higher right at the open and still grinds higher, like it's doing right now, well, that would give me some second thoughts about the movement to the upside, because at that point there was no sell side purge, so no manipulation, and yeah, that would give me second thoughts about my bullish bias here. So let's see. At this point, as you can see, since 8:30, price is just accumulating. It went to the upside here, grabbing some buy side liquidity. It's now projecting itself to the downside. So I will mark the 9:30 open candle. Here it is. So 9:30 open, which is here. And so far, buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity is taken here. So now let's wait for a bullish or a bearish first presented fair value gap, and then we will decide what to do. Here we have data highs, here we have data lows, and we have this 1 minute fair value gap here. This 1 minute fair value gap here should eventually hold if we are looking for something bullish. Yeah, so far price touched the 15-minute bearish fair value gap here. Let's see if it wants to hold it or not. Yeah, so far we have a mixed, no symmetries in between ES and NQ. ES is pushing higher while NQ is trying to grab more sell side. NQ is already somewhere here while ES is just pushing higher. Just let me look at the regular trading hours just to see where we are here. So yeah, a lot of sell side was taken here with this drop. We still have some here, all the sell side here as well. I will mark the open and the close, and these are OT levels, not OT levels, but opening range gap levels. So buy side liquidity was taken here on ES as well. We still have these highs here, these ones, and these. So there's a lot of buy side liquidity here on ES. Yeah, we took out all the sell side liquidity from the 11th of July since now. So price came for 25% here of the opening range gap. Still a bit messy here. So yeah, looking at NQ really dig lower here. It really took 830 sell side liquidity. So data lows here. NQ went from somewhere here to here. So the sell side is taken here on NQ. ES is just barcoding, just accumulating still. It went for 25% of the opening range gap as well. So yeah, guys, I hope you're doing fine. I hope your last couple of trading days have been good. I'm still working on that drawdown. I have about 1,000 to be back at break even. Will take my time and do it slowly. But yeah, the last couple of days, price has just been ranging, as you can see here. Yeah, I mean, there is no intentional direction, you know. Yeah, price here was lean to the upside, but it was just a run, and there were few spots, uh, few spots to trade here because all the expansion action, yeah, it mostly happened during the London session or eventually Asia. And New York session was somehow a accumulation. I don't know why, but sometimes it happens. So yeah, we are still mumbling here. Horrible opening here on ES. NQ way cleaner. It just took buy side liquidity and went to sell side to PPI data lows. While ES is just it doesn't want to come lower. Seems like this NWOG here is holding price very good. Yeah, so far nothing. We are just barcoding here, just doing nothing. NQ really took the sell side here. It went for these data lows here. It would be great to see ES take those data lows, eventually do something like this, and then reach higher, a little bit higher, and boom. This would be an ideal scenario here. It would give us the manipulation, the Judas swing to the downside, take out some of that sell side, and then react to the upside. This would be great to see, but something like this can eventually happen as well. So price comes down, and it goes straight to all this liquidity here. But we have to wait just to see how it will develop. But so far we have the 15-minute fair value gap bearish one rejection. Price almost came for the equilibrium of the OTE level. So right now I want to see if this accumulation, because price is really accumulating here. This is just accumulation. And I want to see if the following steps will be the manipulation, starting here, and eventually going to data lows. And if price comes back into the range, I think we could see a distribution to the upside. So this would be the ideal plan, but we have to wait and see what really will happen. I feel like NQ is way heavier. It's rejecting a 4 hour fair value gap as well, while ES is just, yeah, it's at the bottom, at the top of that fair value gap. But I feel like ES can eventually be dragged down by NQ. So at this point, we will just wait and see if this power of 3 or AMD really happens, or if it will stay here somehow. We'll take this out once again. So at this point, we have already our first presented fair value gap as well. So that's the one that we want. I guess, yeah, this is the first one. So now let's see if the bearishness of the fair value gap will hold and will drag price to the downside, since we are approaching 950 as well, or if it will be inverted and if we continue higher. Yeah, so far the first presented fair value gap is being respected. But since NQ already took data lows and some of the of that sell side liquidity, I'm curious to see if ES really wants to drop like NQ, or if it will just wait for NQ around these areas and then move higher. But so far, I have to admit, it seems like a bearish scenario, since buy side liquidity was taken here. Yeah, buy side liquidity was taken here, and we displaced lower, formed the first presented fair value gap, and now price is reaching down. I just want to wait a bit just to see if this is not a Judas swing, because if it is a Judas swing, it will be a shorted live swing. Um, and I don't want to be in nothing that will just manipulate price. I prefer to stay on the right side of the market and not to participate in Judas swings. Yeah, for a bearish move, I would like to see price a little bit more dynamic, not so static. It's been 5-7 minutes. Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes, and price is not continuing lower. So usually a Judas swing is something that occurs quite fast and happens quite fast, uh, but stops suddenly. So if we have no follow through here, we can eventually assume that this is just a Judas swing, and that between 950 to 1010 price will just form some kind of an inversion and go to the upside. But mm, let's wait and see if it really happens, or if we will have some lower prices here, since yeah, NQ has no bullish signs. Yes, neither. So yes, still still trying to move a little bit lower here. Now we are starting to really move. that we have. Yes, moving lower. I would like to see ES's reaction as soon as it takes the sell side liquidity as data lows. So if I had taken this short position, it would be something like this, probably. Yeah, it was not a big risk to reward. It was not a great. I would eventually take the majority of the position out here. Or eventually we could stretch it to midnight open. But nah, I don't think we will head to midnight open. I still believe that this is somehow a Judas swing. So we are now inside the macro. And now I would like to see price coming up once again. If it really wants to dig higher and continue the distribution, I would like to see it come back once again above 830 open and then climb a bit higher. It seems like we are heavy, and yeah, NQ is kind of pushing down. It kind of rejected the 4 hour fair value gap NQ, while ES is still playing inside of it. A 30 acting as resistance, but I would like to see price coming above it. Let's see if we will have something like that happening. At this point, price already made 75% of that opening range gap. So if we are indeed bullish, it is not necessary for price to come lower. Yeah, another rejection here. So this one didn't hold. So inverted fair value gap. 830 acting as resistance as well. So at this point, I'm more inclined for a bearish scenario since price was not able to come down here. Yeah, price is topping right at minus 2.5. If we stretch this a little bit more, yeah, but see how price is really behaving here inside the macro. We have some SMTs here right at the lows. Yeah, nice rejection here on at 8:30 open. So a new low will be formed eventually. So if I had to take a short position here, it would be something like this. Reaching for midnight open eventually, or even event horizon. London lows. Hmm. So at this point, I will wait a bit. Yeah, the 3 minute already took a retrace already. Yeah, 5 minutes left it open. Yeah, nice reaction. Trying to go for the midpoint of the N walk. I'm still waiting to see if this is just a Judas swing, a manipulation leg, or if we will really head lower. It seems like that because NQ is really pushing price to the downside. Um, Things look a little bit better on ES for a long perspective, but I need to see price coming back up to 830 open, eventually above this fair value gap, just to give me the confidence that we will continue higher and not lower. Let me just zoom out a little bit just to see where we are heading. Yeah, but it seems like we will lose more ground here and we will dig lower. Was a perfect retrace here, almost to the midpoint of the equilibrium of this down leg. Let's see. I will pay a bit more just to pay a bit more with time just to see where it wants to go from here. In the first minutes of the stream, I was inclined to a bullish continuation, and honestly, there was no Judas swing, and this could be the perfect Judas swing. But I don't know. This might be the Judas swing as well here, from here to here. Price is really rejecting these levels. Let's see if we have some measure of displacement to the upside, making a new high. and eventually forming some type of a breaker. Let me just check the regular trading hours. Yeah, we made about 75% of the opening range gap as well. We took this buy side liquidity here, and it was a straight fall. Yeah, another rejection here. The midpoint of the N walk. We are making lower low, lower highs. So yeah, I believe we will eventually go lower. Here we are. So at this point we are closing the opening range gap as well. And yeah, my bias was not bearish, so that's why I did not take this trade. My bias was bullish. So taking a trade in a different direction of your bias is always tricky. So now let's see if we will, since we arrived at the full opening range gap, let's see if we will have that inversion that we were talking about, or if price will just tumble down a little bit more. Yeah, not much of a follow through here. Price came back right away. I want to see price above 830 just to see, just to hope for another move to the upside. So right now I presume that this was the manipulation leg here, and we can eventually move higher from here. So once again, 830 acting as resistance here. We have some type of a breaker. Here we go. So nice reaction here. I guess the Judas swing is this one here. So at this point, I will probably look for something long. Um, Now I want to see, since we already took the high, I want to see price holding somewhere near 830 open and eventually midpoint of the N walk. So here we have the 5 minute retouch, the bearish retouch. Same on the 3 minutes. Yeah, so far no no reaction here to OT levels. So I believe if we stay somewhere here above 50%, we might we might take another shot to the upside, but I don't know. At this point, it seems like tricky because we still have on the lows, especially on NQ. But we once again rejected this one. We kind of rejected a 30 open price. We'll see if it really wants to get above that end wall once again. The midpoint, I mean. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that. Yeah, I think I will abandon the bullish scenario here. I don't like how we are taking too much time. I will I will wait a bit more. But so far we are indeed respecting this. So price trying to stay above 830 here. Still waiting. Yeah, I will try this short here, this long here on this volume imbalance. Um, let's see how it will work. Price came here to retest this the midpoint of that analog. So this point I will. So let's see how this develops here. Since we are playing the main plan here. From here, I would like to see price just come for these relative equal highs. Let's see. I will wait a bit. I will just go and grab some water. So I'll be right back. I will probably leave some. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I will go. Yeah, so far, harsh retrace to the downside, rejecting completely the inversion of that fair value gap, right? Hmm. Yeah, not liking this. Price came here to the midpoint, it rejected right away once again. So not very confident about this. Yeah, that's what I was suspecting. Price came once again to OT levels here at 0.5. But clearly not liking how price is not able to trade above this inverted fair value gap here. And we had another rejection at 8:30 open once again. So yeah, I believe this will not work. Yeah, I will take this out. I don't think it will work. Minor loss here. Yeah, I think we will head lower the bullish scenario. I don't think it will happen, honestly. Price got rejected here too many times already. There's no buy sell liquidity above this level. And now we are just waiting for the next sell side liquidity point here. So we are inverting bullish PD arrays. I don't know. Let's wait a bit. Price once again coming for 8:30. And now NQ is trying to push as well. So let's see if we have another rejection at 8:30 or if we will continue lower. Let me check the 2 minutes. Yeah. Back above 8:30. There we go. Damn. This wasn't necessary, honestly. Now at this point, I will try to re-enter the position here because the main idea was kind of correct. Doesn't seem like it. I'd like to see 830 really holding here. Well, now I have to wait. The timing is not perfect. I should have waited a bit more for eventually for the next macro. But let's see if we will have the run that I was expecting since the beginning. At least we are above 830. Mm. And we were tricked once again, I guess. Yeah, there was no follow through here on this one. So yeah, the bearish scenario will happen right now, and I'm out of bullets. Yeah, there we go. That's unfortunate. Yeah, since I have my restriction on the account, I just hit it. So it is what it is. I got caught in this mess here. And yeah, there's nothing to do right now. Well, guys, it is what it is. So I just hit my maximum daily drawdown, so I will not be able to take any more trades. I'm locked out. I mean, for the day. So yeah, I just got caught up in this mess. Tried to long the market here. Tried to do it once again here. Um, but yeah, it didn't work. I guess my bias was kind of wrong today. Was expecting a move higher, but since we are just respecting bearishness here, I believe we will head lower. Unfortunately, I'm out of bullets. We'll have to wait for the next session. But yeah, seems like it. Um, yeah. So yeah, at this point, I guess there's nothing that I can do right now. Um, already hit my maximum drawdown for for the day. At this point, I have no much margin to work with, as you can see here. Um, so at this point, I will have to rethink about my approach. I will probably have to risk half of the risk um, until I can eventually go back to break even. But yeah, I got caught up in this messy environment here. Was waiting for something long. I identified this as a Judas swing, but yeah, price just caught me here and was not able to do anything. At this point, my long buy is I don't believe that's correct. And yeah, I believe that we will head lower eventually to London lows. So if I had to take a trade right now, I would do something like this. stretching it out to London lows. So even opening a position here, I think that's believable and that's doable since we already rejected the inversion here. We already rejected 8:30 as well. So midnight open should be the low hanging fruit and event horizon another point to take profits and eventually London lows. But yeah, not satisfied with my performance. Yeah, my lately my performance has been kind of poor. It's been a poor performance. I know that we are in a market phase that it's kind of hard to trade, but yeah, I'm in a losing streak and it's not easy to get out of it. Yeah, we'll just take some more minutes here just to see if we go follow through here with this short idea. I believe so. Yeah, I guess even the short will not work. So this is a seek and destroy environment right now. Well, at least I'm happy that eventually I have my limit drawdown. Otherwise, I would be cooking the account here on this type of environment. Honestly, and it would be fun to see the the main long idea, the bullish idea, fulfill. It would be crazy to see that because I tried it twice and it didn't work. Maybe because of my stop placement. I don't know. Yeah, I had it always below inverted fair value gap, I guess. Need to see it once again. Just let me rewind this just to see where I had my stop. Hmm. Okay. It, it won't show me. Yeah, but that would be crazy to see the long idea um, getting fulfilled. But I tried it twice and yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, and the long idea, I guess, was kind of correct here. Tried it twice, but it didn't work. There we go. Yeah, at this point, I would have been taking some some partials here. Honestly, this move to the upside is not my cup of tea. I don't like to see when price comes in any direction like this. I like to see it more or gradually, not only red candles or green candles in this case. But yeah, it's acceptable. And if you were in a long position, just let me. I have to play the. I have to play it back just to see where I put my stop loss. Because now I'm wondering why I got why did I went or did I just let me see where did I have my stop loss. Oops. Yeah, I had it right here and was stopped to the tick here. Damn it. If I had it a little bit lower, just a fraction lower, yeah, I guess this was really a stop loss misplacement because the idea was kind of correct. There we go. Look at this. That's why I don't like to see these candles. See? Now we are heading south, I guess. Yeah, but as I've told you, I would have taken some partials here. Yeah, this is a crazy market indeed. Well, guys, I guess tomorrow it will be a better day. So I guess I will end the stream here. There's nothing that I can do right now. As you can see, my account is locked out until tomorrow's session. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your support as well. I guess tomorrow will be a better day. This was not the best conditions. Yeah, as you can see here, they were quite hard to understand. Um, but yeah, as a trader, we have to be mindful of days like this. So thank you once again. If you're subscribed, thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. We'll try to be here every day. And thank you very much for your presence, for your words. And yeah, hope to see you tomorrow at the same time. So thank you very much and see you later. Thank you.